Hello, it's Campter from Lost Forge Tabletop Gaming, and today I finally was able to manage it. I got Keyforge Mass Mutation. This has been insanely hard for me to get a hold of. I don't know why. No one has been able to have it in stock. I've been able to get one off Amazon. I got one Mass Mutation deck off Amazon for 20 bucks, and I didn't get a good recording of it. So I was able to track down someone locally with the actual starter deck, and now we'll be able to look at two decks today. Apologize for the audio. I was not able to locate the equipment needed to actually record in this space. I'm missing one of my USB extenders, and I can't get my Yeti microphone to record nearby, so we're gonna have to put up with this. And good lord, the glare on that, but boom, Mass Mutation. Da, da, da. And funny enough, this week they announced the next set for Keyforge. So a lot of Keyforge news coming up, and I'll see if I can hop on top of that. But for now, 2-player starter set. Always can use more tokens. I don't think there's any new tokens in this set. Got your chain trackers, you got your damage counters. Always useful. I don't have paper mats. What do these look like here? What's on them? Okay, those aren't bad. Anything else? Yeah, not too shabby. But yeah, 1 and 2 decks. So we'll get right into this. Do I want to try to keep the boxes nice? Nah, I usually throw these away anyways. Ugh. Okay. First deck, we have Kirko Storm River Pickpocket, which is Untamed, Logos, and Star Alliance. Let's see what we got here. That is a pretty, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rares in it. A lot of Untamed. We'll check this out. I think the first set had the pull string to open these, but I haven't seen them in any of the later stuff. Okay. Put that down. We're starting off with our Untamed. We've got Stampede. If you use 3 or more creatures this turn, steal 2. Not bad. Stealing in Untamed isn't bad. Scout for the remainder of your turn. Up to 2 friendly creatures gain skirmish. Fight those creatures one at a time. Look what I found. Omega. Return 1 card from each type from your discard pile to your hand. That's a pretty good recursion card. Values Blessing. Each player gains 1 amber for each mutant creature they control. Okay. Fangtooth Cavern. Very good. Amber Spine Mongrel. Hazardous 3. Enemy. After an enemy creature reaps, gain 1. So it's a 1/1. From end of your turn, each friendly creature gains 1. That's a lot of amber. Reclaiming Nature. Purge an artifact. Resolve its bonus action if you had played it. A Purging Artifact ability where you bonus from it and you gain amber. That's pretty good. Lost in the Woods. Always fantastic. Key Frog. Forge a key at current cost. Oh, wow. That's strong. Flumph. Skirmish, give a beast creature 2 power counters. That works for a lot of creatures in this deck. Damo Beast, skirmish and destroy, steal 1. Not bad. Alright, Star Alliance. Hold the line. If there are more enemy creatures than friendly creatures, draw cards equal to the difference. Not bad. Stunner. Decent. Teleporter Chief Tink. Elusive, swap Teleporter Chief Tink with another friendly creature in the battle line. You may use the other creature this turn. That's super powerful for setting up board line stuff. Play, Fight, Reap. Look at the top card of your deck. You may discard a card. Ooh, that's really good for setting up your turns. Red Alert, always a fantastic card from last set. 2 of them. Observe Max. This creature gains Fight, Reap, Catcher 1. That's also not bad. Hydron Collision, remove a ward from a creature. Deal 1 to it. The damage cannot be prevented by armor. That's pretty good as well. Crewman Yorg, enhance. So this enhanced something with Steel 1. I do not know if we've seen which card has been enhanced yet. Action if Crewman Yorg has no Star Alliance neighbor Steel 1. That's also really great with some of the other stuff. Here it is. So this got, wow, this got multiple cards. This has draw 1, steal, or remove an amber, and gain an amber. This creature gets +2 armor. After this creature is used, its controller may attach Blasting Shield to one of its creature's neighbors. That's insane how much is stacked on top of it. Yeah, you can see the difference there. So, one is really good, one of them is okay. Access to 9, cannot reap. Ooh, Odd Collide. There is an even and an odd. So if your opponent has an odd amount of amber, steal 1. If you have both, you can just keep using them back and forth. Reverse time. Swap your deck in your discard pile, then shuffle your deck. Wow. Okay, that's really cool. Mutagenic Serum. Destroy Mutagenic Serum. You may use a friendly mutant creature this turn. I want to know how many mutants we have. Kurzap. Destroy each non-mutant creature, gain 1 chain. Human Scientist. We can use this creature to fight Skirmish and draw a card. That's not bad. Munchling. Skirmish. You may discard a Logos card from your hand or archive. Just if you do, gain 1 amber. That's not bad. And it has the +1 ability as well. Lethologic. Discard any creature cards on the top of your deck until you discard a Logos card or run out of cards. If you discard a Logos card this way, put it into your hand. That's a lot of milling. And then Infograph. These icons have already been added to your deck, so it gained 1 from something else, but it also gives 1 as well. Oh, that's why we have 2 of them. This guy's art is amazing. Deal 1 damage to a creature with 2 splash. Cool bots don't look at explosions. That's totally right. Demo bots, discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw a card, steal 1 amber. And then Bot Bookton. Play the top card of your deck. Not bad. So, that is the first deck. I'm already impressed with it. We'll go over and review these individually afterwards. But our second deck here is... Now remember, there is no Bromnar. They've replaced it with Sanctum, so I'm hoping to see Sanctum. Nope. More Logos. Logos Dis Shadow. P. Amiata, the Forest Vagabond. I have a few Vagabonds at this point. There's the deck list. Hopefully you can see that. Not many rares in this deck. Only one rare. Very interesting. Hopefully the cards in the deck can follow up. We shall see. Alright, we're going to go ahead. Our only rare, Heist Knight, steal 1 for each friendly thief creature. Let's hope we actually have a good amount of thieves in this deck. We already have 1. Old Bruno, capture 3. Miasma Bomb, enhance. Destroy Miasma Bomb. Your opponent skips the Forge Key skip. It's not bad. Lucky Dice. Destroy Lucky Dice. Very good. Ugh. Excuse me, I'm recording later at night, so I'm a little tired. Your opponent's next turn, friendly creatures cannot be dealt damage. Borrow, take control of an enemy artifact. While under your control, it belongs to House Shadow. Not bad. Bone Rot Venom. After this creature is used, it deals you deal 2 damage to it. Okay, so that's a card you want to put on your opponent. Look at 3 cards of your opponent's deck, discard 1, and put the other back in any order. Tempting Offer, enhance, return target enemy creature to its owner's hand. If you do, your opponent gains 1. Not bad. Alright, so this card has been enhanced. Elusive, your enemy artifacts as if they use an enemy artifact as if it were yours. Not bad. Alright, and that's why we have some damage tokens. We haven't seen many, actually, so they must be in some of the other groups. Enhance 3. Well, we know where we know where one went. There's the second one. Deal 2 damage to each non-mutant creature. Alright. In Logos, we got our Lycobots, 2 Lycobots. Then we have a reverse time. I thought we only had one rare in this deck. Where? I'm really confused. Oh, no, I didn't read reverse time. That was my bad. Position Bolt, deal 3 damage to an unflanked creature, deal 2 damage to its neighbor, deal 1 damage to the second creature. And then this is Neurosiphon. If your opponent has more amber than you, steal 1 and draw a card. And then amber, and then... So one thing you got to keep in mind with these bonuses up top is they trigger before the effect of the card. So you must trigger any amber gain first, then anything else. So you have to make sure that after the amber is gained, that the effect triggers. Group Think Tank, a fantastic card with a deal 1 damage first. Great. This creature gains You Cannot Be Stolen, also very good. Casual Loop, archive a card, archive Casual Loop. Standardized Testing, probably one of my favorite art in the game. We've got 2 of those, destroy each creature with the lowest and the highest power. Quex the Adventurer. And Opposition Research, enhance enemy creatures cannot reap during your opponent's turn. We're going into this, and we're already seeing where a lot of that damage is being dealt. Destroy any number of friendly creatures. You may forge a key at +6 current cost, reduced by 1 for each creature destroyed this way. If you forge a key this way, destroy Obsidian Forge. Okay, so you just want to sacrifice your board and then hope that you have at least 6 creatures in amber to make up for it. You do gain 1 amber for this first, so you would need 5 amber by default. So, interesting. Break key. If your opponent has more forged keys than you, unforge an opponent's key. If you unforge an opponent's key this way, your opponent gains 6 amber. So you would essentially give him the ability to have 2. So you would give him 6 amber for the key, and then another 6, I believe. It's risky. Sarnet, at the end of your turn, capture 1. Move each amber from Sarnet to the common supply. So this Sarnet, the mutant version, is able to grab amber and then just put it back to the common supply. That's not bad, and it's a passive ability. 2 of those. Imp Spectre, your opponent purges a random card from their hand. Purging anything is fantastic, so you want that. Destroy enemy friendly creature and an enemy creature. Not too bad. 2 of those. Gateway to Disc, destroy each creature, gain 3 chains. Not bad board control. Just deal 1 damage to each enemy creature. Oh, holy crap. Wow. That is enhanced 4? That's insane. Play it, deal 4 damage? That feels a little stacked. Brabble, your opponent loses 1 if it is not your turn. Your opponent loses 3 instead if it is destroyed. And then... Holy crap, I have never seen something so stacked. Yeah, let's take a second to look over the decks again, and I will give my thoughts about each. Now, I spent some time reading through the decks. I looked up some SAS generators and kind of some statistics on each one of these 2 decks. And if I had to choose between the 2 in a sealed event, which one I would play with and which one I'd be more comfortable with, it would be Kirko, Stormreaver's Pickpocket. And the reason for that is both decks have a lot of good qualities, but I think this deck has some combos that I'm really interested to play with. The first combo is between Keyfrog and several creature kills like Fangtooth Cavern or where is it? Mutagen Serum. Both of these will let me destroy destroy Keyfrog to forge at current cost. Now, if you set it up correctly, you can use Untamed to generate a lot of amber using things like Song of the Wild or Amber Spire Mongrel, or even Vault's Blessing. I believe Vault's Blessing can trigger up to each player gains 1 amber for each mutant creature they control. So this deck has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures with mutant as a skill. So we benefit greatly from Mutagenic Serum because we won't remove a lot of creatures. We can set up the board to make this very effective for clearing the opponent's board. And then, Vault's Blessing, giving us that amber for each mutant we control, up to 7, with Keyfrog being able to take advantage of that. I also think this deck has an insane amount of creature draw thanks to our 2 Infomorphs, giving a lot of different cards in this deck draw. So we're not just limited to what is in our hand, we are able to consistently cycle things. And what's funny is, we have 1 with and 1 without draw, so this is a 4 creature draw card. We got Mutamunchling, and there are other cards in this deck that can benefit from that as well. Blast Shielding, the uniqueness of this version of Blast Shield is very good. Comes into play, you gain 1 amber, you draw a card, and then your opponent loses 1 amber. Plus, it gets 2 armor, and if we're using the combat functionality of a lot of the creatures in this deck, Logos and Untamed especially have a lot of benefit for kind of going down the line, getting that +2 amber. Now, I don't know what the ruling is on let's see, Blast Shielding. This creature gets +2 armor. After this creature is used, its controller may attach Blasting Shield to one of its neighboring creatures. So I believe you can kind of move this down the line to kind of position it and use it for multiple creatures. You want to be attacking because I have, a lot of creatures with Skirmish or creatures I want to protect, like Flumph. You want to protect Flump because giving a beast +2 counters on it's great. We have a good amount of beasts in this deck. We have Scout. We have. I don't think our Star Alliance is very strong in this deck. It has a lot of controlling abilities. Access Denied's good. Blast Shielding is just great. Stealing 1, removing a ward from a creature isn't bad. Capture 1. 2 red alerts and a hold the line. You really want your opponent to build the board, but it kind of counter synergizes with these 2. I think that's probably the weakest part of this deck, which is strange because usually I think Star Alliance is always the strongest in a deck, but I think after the last set they've really kind of toned down how insane Star Alliance is as a faction or house. I always gotta remember the keyword. And funny enough, both decks have reverse time in it, which it's okay. I think out of the 2 decks, this deck would get more use out of reverse time than I would say the Force Vagabond, which is funny because this doesn't even have any Untamed in it. This would be the Force Vagabond, you would think. But anyways, now this deck is, I would say, weaker, but it does things right. There are a few cards in here that I believe are going to be very, very good. One of them being, where's that madhouse? Where are you, you little bugger? Dark Minion. This Dark Minion, deal 4 damage when it comes into play, and destroy to deal 1 damage to each other minion. This guy is going to be bonkers. And if you have both in your hand, you can go, alright, I'm going to play Dark Minion, deal 4. Play Dark Minion, deal 1 damage. Oh no, this one doesn't have to deal 1 damage. Whoops. Or maybe play like Bramble. Play Bramble. Okay? Play Bramble, then 2 Dark Minions, Bramble. That's destroyed, deal 2 to everything else. This is destroyed, your opponent loses 1 amber. If this is destroyed on your turn, deal 1. There's a lot of good combos with destroying your board, but unfortunately you also have creatures like Snarret where you want to keep them on board for as long as possible, and I don't think there is anything to really keep them on for too long because there's so many cards in this deck that is like Equalizer. Destroy one of yours, destroy one of your opponents. So you're really hurting for keeping that balance between what's on your opponent's deck, what's on your deck. Tempting Offer isn't bad on this. It also deals 1 bounce a creature to your owner's hand if you do. Your opponent gains 1 amber. I think that's really fair. You can get something off the board pretty quickly that is a threat or is building a lot of counters. This is one of the few ways to really remove something that has a lot of either a ward or I don't know if a ward would destroy it or take damage. I wonder if putting it back in the hand will circumvent that ward. But that's a weird question for it. Borrow's pretty good. I know that a lot of decks really utilize items, or artifacts I should say, items saying like Lucky Dice. So this is a good counter to it. Ugh. Sorry, once again, don't record at midnight like I am. It's not a good idea. Miasma Bomb, another one that's not too bad. Your opponent skips his Fortune Key step during his next turn. Unfortunately, this isn't a reusable effect like some of the earlier artifacts, but it's better than nothing. 2 Implosions, destroy a friendly creature and an enemy creature. Again, can combo well with destroyed effects, but you know the big thing is Obsidian Forge. This is our main key cheat of the deck, and you have to really build your board up to get use out of this. But to build your board up, you have to not use any of the cards in the deck that say destroy or sacrifice your creature, and there isn't any recursion in this deck to bring anything from the graveyard back into play. Yeah, it's a weird, funky twist to it too. You also have things like Dark Wave, destroy 2 damage to each non-mutant creature. I think there's a good amount of non-creature or non-mutant creatures, but that typing in particular is it's rough. I think in the long run, this deck would be a great, more aggressive deck in the long run. But I don't know. I just feel that if I had to pick between the two, it would have to be Kirkor for sure. But hey, that's just my opinion. I might play these decks and feel that this deck is way more powerful than something like the Forest Vagabond. Could just be my opinion. I'm gonna probably shop these decks, play around with them, see what's good, see what's not, and hopefully play some games in person soon. It's been a long time since I played Keyforge, and I'm itching for it. Let me know what you think of these decks. Do you think I am rating them well? Is there any combos you see that work well with these decks? Am I missing something? Please let me know in the comment section down below. And vote for your favorite Archon. Which Archon do you think is prettier? Is it him or him? Let me know. I'm interested to see what you think of. And as always, subscribe if you like Keyforge videos. More on the way as soon as I can find ways to get Mass Mutation at a reasonable price, because paying $20 for a single deck is ridiculous. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the comments. This has been Campter from Lost Forge Tabletop Gaming. Good night, and happy Keyforging.